Sup YouTube, it's your boy Southside Customs back at it with another video, and today I'll be making a green monitor matrix-esque design using Photoshop CS6. Methods used in this video can also be applied on newer versions. This was a really amazing and easy project to make in my opinion, so just note that all the resource files used in this project, including the free PSD file, will be available for download in the description below. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Enjoy. Okay, so first off, we're going to start by going to File, and then we're going to be opening our first resource. Okay, I'll be using my picture. Okay, this is a picture of me, nothing too fancy, just a self-portrait. And then I'm just going to crop the image so that I can make a selection on the area that I want to use for this project. So I'm just going to make a half-face portrait picture edit. Then once you're done, you're just going to double click on the background layer and open it. And then you're going to make a duplicate. And then you're going to click on filter, noise, you're going to go into blur. And then you're going to go to Gaussian blur. That's going to be for your first layer. Your layer copy. So then just take note of the radius. Just drop the radius gradually till you see something that you are satisfied with, like so. Then I'm going to click on the eraser tool and then take note of the opacity. And then you're just going to gradually erase your subject's face, okay, so that you can reveal the background image, just so I can give it that fading away image. It can give it that fading away effect on the edge of the subject, like you see now. Okay, so once you're done, you're going to merge the two layers together, and then you're going to go to image, and then you're going to go to adjustments and black and white. So you're going to turn it black and white. You can feel free to just you can mirror my same settings here, or you could just click on black and white, whatever floats your boat. Then once you're done, you're just going to convert the merged image into a smart object. Yes, and then you're going to click on File and you're going to open. Okay, we are going to be using the resource file. Again, this resource file can be found in the description below, so just be sure to download that before you start. So I'm going to click on Picture, the pixels. So I'm going to click on Pixelate. Okay, so this is what you should have. You should have a miniature picture that looks like a thumbnail almost, with the 3 shades of gray. So you're just going to open this layer. Then you're going to go to edit, and then you're going to go to define pattern. And then you can rename this pattern whatever you want. just make sure that it's going to be recognizable when it's time to select this pattern, and click OK. Then you're just going to open, and you're going to select the second image like this one, and you're going to do the same by renaming it. So you're just going to go to edit, then you're going to go to define pattern, and then you're just going to rename it. I'm going to name mine Pixelate Soft, and I'm going to click OK. Once that's done, you're just going to go back to your portrait. You're going to go into filter, then you're going to go to pixelate, and then you're going to go to mosaic. Take note of your cell size. Okay, mine's 25, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So I'm going to click OK. And then you're just going to click on the layer mask. So you have to have a layer mask enabled. Once that's done, you're going to go to, you're going to add a layer style. Okay, so once you open the layer style on the first layer mask thumbnail, you're going to click on pattern, and then you're going to select any one of these pixelated image that we imported earlier. Okay, I'm going to make sure that the scale is the same as your make sure that it's the same as your previous pixels that you put on earlier for 25. So just make sure the scale and the pixelations you've entered, the units are the same, 25, so your scale has to be 25 as well. And make sure it's hard mix and your opacity has to be at 100%, and then you should have something like this. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go on FX, and then you're going to select a pattern overlay again. You can go onto, you're just going to select onto patterns, and then you can select the second soft image. And then you could drop the opacity gradually. I'm going to drop mine to 80%, and the scale has to be 25%, and then just click on snap to origin. Then once that's done, you're just going to double click on the first image, and the layer style should pop up. On blending options, I'm just going to gradually drag the shader. Okay, just to add a little bit of and then you're just going to knock out the interior blend effect as group. Just make sure that that's selected, and then you're going to click OK. What this is going to do is knock out the background. Then you're just going to create a new layer, and then you're just going to turn that layer's background to black, okay, as I'm doing here. Once that's black, you're just going to move the layer beneath everything, and you should have something like this. Then you're going to create a group. You're going to go into FX, and then you're just going to click on drop shadow. Once drop shadow has opened, you're going to go to blend mode, and you're going to select linear dodge, add. Then you're going to change the color to a turquoise green, like I have over here. Once that's selected, you can play around with the opacity. I'm just going to bring mine to 100%, my distance to 3, speed 0, and size to 3. Then I'm going to go to blending options. Then I'm going to bring my fill opacity all the way to zero actually. I'll bring it to 0. Then I'm going to go back to drop shadow. Make sure that the layer knockout drop shadow is deselected. I'm going to go back to blending options, and then fill opacity, I am just going to bring it to 42%, and the blending mode has to be passed through. Okay, so take note of the group. So what you're going to be doing is just duplicating the first group, and then you're just going to be going back to drop shadow, and then what you're going to be doing is overlaying the different colors so that you can get a mixture of these different colors like you see here. Pretty simple. So it's going to be the same linear dodge, opacity 40, and the distance can be the same as the previous one. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick zoom in so you could see exactly what the results should look like when you're this far into the project. Then you're gonna copy group 1, you're gonna make a copy of that, and then you're just gonna go to FX and you're gonna repeat the same process we did. You're gonna go to drop shadow, and this time you can select another shade of green that you might use, or any other shade of color. Just make sure it's in the same group. I'm just gonna select a lighter shade of green, and then you can now play around with the size, and you can play around with the distance and the angle to just to add a little bit of more effect to the matrix effect, to give it that lighting effect, that distorted lighting effect. So you can overlay as much as you want, and then after you're done playing around with the colors and the settings, you should have something like this at the end. Pretty simple and just straightforward, nothing to it. You can go back again and just continue adding drop shadow overlays and playing around with the size and distance and the angle, and just make sure that blend mode is on linear dodge. So I'm just gonna add blue again, and then I'll play with the opacity and the angle. Don't forget that you guys can be as creative as you want with these settings. It doesn't exactly have to be like mine per se, so be as creative as you guys want and have fun with the project. Okay, so after you're done with those settings, this is what you should have. I hope you guys had fun. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.